Referring to classic World of Warcraft, Blizzard once infamously said you think you do but you don't, presumably while leaving the Cosby Suite and cackling manically while rolling in piles of cash generated by their $90 Brontosaurus mount. But I like to think that Classic 2019 and Season of Discovery proved them wrong. I say this to myself often as I cry myself to sleep dreaming of Classic Plus. There is a lot of anticipation and fear around Classic Plus. Many believe that Blizzard is not the company it once was, that the mergers with Activision and Microsoft have irreversibly changed it, leaving it incapable of capturing the greatness found in its earlier products. Kind of like when Boeing, the aerospace company, moved its headquarters from Seattle to Chicago after merging with McDonnell Douglas, then all of their planes started crashing. But unlike Boeing, no life will be lost or multi-million-dollar aircraft destroyed. If Blizzard fails, all you'll hear is the sound of broken dreams, mostly the dreams of men aged 23 to 45. Season of Discovery did give us a glimpse of what Classic Plus could look like. It was cool and I got an Ashbringer, but the second part of the fantasy, getting a goth girlfriend, didn't come true. Probably because everyone else had an Ashbringer too. The player base wants many different things, making developing Classic Plus a hard task. It's the equivalent of taking care of several 5-year-olds who are all asking for pizza for dinner, so you bring them pizza. But because the pizza doesn't match exactly what they wanted, one kid wanted pineapple, one kid wanted sausage, one kid wanted just cheese. So, they all start throwing tantrums. In fact, if you've raided for any amount of time, you'll know that there are more similarities between WoW raiders and 5-year-olds than we care to admit, but not in the way that Jeffrey Epstein would like. Now you may be thinking, Cruel, you've said a lot of words, but you haven't even told us what Classic Plus even actually is. You've just made jokes about raiders being children. Classic Plus takes the original version of World of Warcraft, before all the expansions, and as the plus so efficiently implies, adds to it, much like the expansions, but in a way that is different and better. Season of Discovery was a good first draft of this, but if you played all the way through like I did, it was abundantly clear that certain things needed more time to cook. The 6 developers Blizzard so graciously assigned did alright for what resources they had, and I had fun, but much of the season was unpolished. The raids were buggy and the player versus player combat left something to be desired. As a warrior going into Blackrock Mountain, getting AoE flame shocked by a tank shaman, one of the new specs of Season of Discovery, for thousands of damage and dying to the dot it applies, while swinging my sword back and hitting for 5, was not my idea of fun player versus player combat. Now undoubtedly there's some masters of business administration at Blizzard, Activision, Microsoft patting themselves on the back for delivering Season of Discovery with a skeleton crew and a shoestring budget. They've thrown a free character boost on the ground for all those playing SOD and said go play Mists of Panera, and consider the matter closed. And as much as I hate to admit it, they have a point. Why would Blizzard, Activision, Microsoft invest in making Classic Plus when they can make 10x or 100x the revenue for a tenth of the effort by releasing a bigger and better Brontosaurus mount in retail? In fact, why even make anything at all? Just use the capital to invest in BlackRock and Nvidia and live off the interest. Despite all this, I hold out hope. But as the old bartender in Ted Lasso says, it's the hope that kills. Still though, as I sit through the 4th Zoom meeting of the week discussing KPIs, I, perhaps delusionally, dream of a version of Classic Plus with more than 6 people working on it. And that's Classic Plus Casually Explained. If you enjoyed, check out the actual Casually Explained. I'm a huge fan of his content, and this video is an homage to his style. That's all for now, and until next time.